everybody.
Hi, I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And we're the WWE Gays. And we're in the kitchen. Wearing our kitty cat aprons. And we're cooking. And, you know, it's this time of year where it's cold outside and you like to...
That comfort food.
Yeah, you like comfort food.
You know.
And you want some type of warm, creamy soup.
And we used to make this back in the day with sweet potatoes.
So we're making a butternut squash cream soup. A cream of butternut squash. So for those of you who don't know what a butternut squash looks like, that's what a butternut squash looks like.
The camera if you want.
I can go closer. There you go. We decided to do it this way because we didn't want to buy 2 butternut squashes.
We try to make a smaller soup. So
Yeah.
a lot of people out there like to batch up their things because they like to have
a lot.
We don't tend to batch up because we have no room to freeze.
Well, we live in a condo now, so now our cooking is a little different. Our stove actually just told us it is set for 400 degrees, which is perfect. So this is the first step in making our soup. I've already taken the butternut squash, and I have cut it into pretty big cubes.
Show it on there.
Yeah, and I'll show it over here.
So I'll move over, we'll show you on here.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So I cut it into big cubes here. And all I'm going to do is basically take my Bertolli olive oil spray, and I'll show it over here as well, the Bertolli olive oil spray. I'm just going to spray my butternut squash a little bit. Not much. It's acting weird. Doesn't need a lot of it because it ends up being in the bowl anyways. There you go. That's all I'm going to do there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Garlic Plus from Clubhouse, right? Clubhouse Garlic Plus. And again, you know us, we do not measure our spices. We like our spices, so we just spice it up. I'm also going to use some roasted red pepper garlic.
And then you're also going to use...
as well.
Some maple bacon.
Some maple bacon.
Some chili lime Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. And then what else are we using there, hun?
Some minced garlic.
Some fresh minced garlic here. And for this, I'm just going to grab a tablespoon. And I am going to tablespoon it up. Probably 2.
Yeah, 2 tablespoons.
1, 2 tablespoons. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this, I'm going to stir this all together. I have a wooden spoon.
I'll do that for you.
We love bamboo, by the way. We love our bamboo spoons. We have these are Pampered Chef spoons. And we've had them for several years now, and we use them all the time. Like, they've never changed colors. They've never, like, they are fantastic. So we're going to stir this all together, and then we're going to take our cookie sheets. We have, again, Pampered Chef cookie sheets, but you can take any type of cookie sheet that you want. And just spread your butternut squash out on these cookie sheets, and you're going to put them in your 400-degree oven for, I would say, about 30 to 40 minutes. You want to make sure that your butternut squash actually gets, like, brown. You want to give it that nutty flavor.
Don't put too much per pan either.
No, let it spray out so it has, spread it out so it has room. So I'm going to show that again here.
Like this. So.
Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting these in the oven. And I put them on the top rack. I like it on the top rack. I think they cook differently and they add more of a nutty, the heat is on it just a little bit more.
And that's it for now.
So that's step 1.
Yeah.
So we will see you guys in just a few minutes. A few minutes in camera land, but...
Seconds in camera
land.
land.
Yeah, seconds in camera land, but about in a half hour to 40 minutes, we'll show you what the butternut squash looks like.
Yeah.
And then we'll show you what the next step is in making our soup.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
We're back.
We're back. So it's been about, I would say, 50 minutes now.
Yeah.
So we put it in for 40 and we putzed around for an extra 10.
We did turn it off. So.
We did. So I would say 50 minutes they were in, and they smell delicious. Like, honestly, they're nice and roasted and golden brown, and this is exactly what we wanted. We wanted that crispy, crunchy. They have a nutty flavor to them now. Yeah, I'm going to grab you the spatula here. Sorry.
So put that there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you move that spoon for me?
I can.
So I can show you from here as well. Just careful because everything.
Yeah, they're very hot.
There we go.
So this is actually pretty simple now. So now that we've gotten those out of the oven, the next step we're going to do is we're going to turn around over here, and you're going to see.
Right here, you'll see.
I'm going to now take a little bit of olive oil spray. Once again, our Bertolli olive oil spray, the light. I'm going to spray the bottom here real quickly.
While he's doing that, I'll bring you guys around.
Oops. I again thought I was organized, but I'm not. I apologize. I'm going to take some onion, and I'm going to cut up some onion, and I'm just cutting up big chunks. You don't need to really cut it into small pieces because what we're gonna do is we're then gonna puree this soup. The soup is gonna be a cream of butternut squash. And we like it spicy. As Nick mentioned earlier, this is a reinvention of a sweet potato soup I used to make for Christmas and during the holidays. And so this is really where I've taken this idea. So I'm gonna turn my burner on here, wrong burner. Turn my burner on here, and as that simmers a little bit, get that onion. And like I said, it doesn't really matter how much onion you put in or how big your chunks are, because what you're gonna do is you're going to end up pulverizing it in a blender, actually. So get that going. And of course, I'm now going to slowly add my butternut squash. I'm gonna add the butternut squash to the pan. Gonna let this simmer a little bit more, and you can even actually add some spices to your onions here.
So please.
Oh, right over here. I keep forgetting. We're not used to having the two cameras. So again, this is the garlic plus, and then I also have the roasted red pepper.
They can't see your face there.
Roasted red pepper. Roasted red pepper. Not used to this high tech stuff.
Here, I'll show you an example, honey. Look. And this is garlic plus. And
So, where are the oven mitts?
Right there.
There you go.
Okay, so you're gonna grab the stuff and throw it in there. Want me to help? I'm gonna do better if I.
It doesn't make a difference. So I'm just gonna slowly scrape that off. Actually, if you want to grab something and scrape it so that way they're ready to throw in.
Yes, I should do that.
So we're just throwing this into the pan. You can hear it sizzle. It smells delicious too. And these are really, really roasted so well.
And they're really soft.
And they're super soft already, so it doesn't take much to cook. But what you were trying to do with this is just infuse all the flavors. By roasting this, your butternut squash creates this sweet texture. Like it gets sweet. I'm just gonna do it this way.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, keep mixing all good.
Yeah,
The rest.
so I'm lowering this a little bit.
You dropped the piece back there.
I did see that. I'm gonna drop the piece back there. You don't want to miss anything, right? Because it's all this yummy goodness.
Yes. Yummy goodness.
Yummy goodness.
Goody goody gumdrops.
Mm-hmm.
What's that from?
Goody goody gumdrops. I don't remember.
Is that Care Bears?
It could have been. I
used
see
to watch
that's
Care
like
Bears.
past my
4,
time.
3, 2, 1. Care Bears, and they were all about the rainbow.
Yeah, the next thing I'm gonna do too is we've got some chicken broth here. It is the Campbell's low sodium chicken broth. It has 30% less sodium. As again, 0 points for this because it is chicken broth, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, the whole entire item is a certain amount of points, but the pudding is being split to so many soups that it ends up being 0 points.
Exactly.
That's what, if you want to explain it correctly. If you're having the entire soup in one sitting, then yes, you will have points.
So I'm putting 1 cup of this broth into my pot. We don't want this to be, as we want to say, a soupy soup. We want this to be a cream. It's got to be a cream soup, right? We want it to have that creamy feeling, that velvety creamy feeling. Another thing we're going to add to this is some low-carb, sugar-free maple syrup. So I'm going to show it on both screens. I showed it on both, honey. Are you proud of me?
Yes.
And I'm looking at the other screen.
See, look at you. You're like a pro now.
I am. So we're going to add 1/4 cup to the soup. And I'm going to lower this because this doesn't need to be really on high much at all. And then I'm just going to stir this. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this sit. We're going to let this cook a little bit. And in a few minutes, you're going to see us. We're going to put it in a blender.
Did you put the parsley
Oh, I did not put the parsley in and the chili peppers, honey. You are thank you for catching that.
So how much of the broth did you put in?
I put 1 cup of broth.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 cup of broth. Actually, I think I could put another cup.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think I can put another cup. I just noticed that. So I'm going to put 2 cups of broth here.
We're kind of relearning the measurements because we used to do with potatoes, so it's a bit
It's a little different with the squash.
Yes, that's better.
There we go.
So to that, you're adding some parsley.
Yes, we're going to add just some parsley flakes.
So just some regular parsley flakes.
Mm-hmm.
And
And we like it spicy.
Of course, you guys know that.
So we're gonna add some actual chili, crushed red pepper, red chili peppers.
Yeah, so show it on screen there.
Yeah, I'll show you that.
There you go.
Right there. And try not to add too much because it does get really spicy.
There's a story with that.
I made a mistake. You can totally tell the story.
So when we first met, Jean-Luc decided to make a soup, and he made this sweet potato soup, which is, we made it so many times before with potatoes, and we love this soup. And but the one time he made it, he was trying to put chili peppers because he started making it spicier for me. But he didn't do it. The top wasn't on correctly, so almost like a whole
the jug,
cup worth,
the container, almost like half of the container
fell into the soup, and he still made it. He couldn't eat it because I ate the entire thing. It was so spicy.
Yes,
I loved it.
And I'm adding a few sprinkles of cinnamon. It just has that warm flavor, and it
actually works.
It works. And what's really cool is I'll show you guys how we serve
about
this.
About a teaspoon.
It's about I would say half a teaspoon actually.
Half a teaspoon.
Yeah, half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And what we usually do is once I serve this, you'll see how we serve this. We serve this with a dollop of yogurt on top.
Yeah, so we'll show you that. So we'll let this boil for about...
We'll probably let it boil for a good, I would say, 15, 20 minutes.
So we'll let it boil for 15, 20 minutes, and we'll come back, and then we'll show you what we do with the blender after.
Exactly.
To get it into soup mode.
See you in a few minutes.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. So the soup has finished boiling. So it's pretty much... Looks like a compote, actually, and it's still very thick.
Yeah.
So in order to thin it out a little bit, we're going to take the rest of our broth, which should be another 2 cups. So one of these is 900 milliliters, which is 4 cups total. So I'm going to add this to the
mix.
The mix. Well, the
squash. The concentrate.
Yes.
Like the squash concentrate.
I'm going to add that.
I'll mix that. You do this.
Yeah. Then we're also going to be taking a half a cup of Greek yogurt. Today we have the Liberté Greek yogurt, 0% fat-free Greek yogurt. And this is what's going to replace like your cream. Like if you'd be adding some type of cream to your soup.
And because you have all the flavors and everything else, the Greek yogurt just becomes the cream. You don't even taste it anymore.
Right. It doesn't have it absorbs all the flavors of the rest of the
and that's
soup.
how you add the creaminess to your soup.
Yeah. So I'm gonna add half a cup of that to this cold broth right now. It is pretty cold. That's because we want to blend it. Yeah. And Nick is the type of person, he does not like a chunky soup. He's not a chunky soup fan. Smooth. He likes his soup smooth. And what the Greek yogurt does too is it lightens your soup up so it doesn't look so dark. Because those vegetables that have been roasted have that golden darkness to it, right?
So the next thing you do, you basically grab your ladle and you start scooping it into your blender. So we got our blender at Target. It's an Oster blender. We love our blender because it's actually a soup blender as well. And it's also ice crusher, so we can use it to do that as well in smoothies. So we really love our blender. So I'm just going to put half the full recipe in the blender. Like so. And we have a bowl set beside here because what we're going to do is after we blend it, we're going to put it in there. It's going to be a little loud for the next few seconds, so I apologize. I'll maybe try to lower
We're going to tell each other secrets.
Yeah. So I might lower the volume for this part of the video while we blend this so you guys don't hear it. So we'll be right back in a second.
We're going to tell each other secrets though.
Yeah. So everything's blended?
Yes, so we blended the entire batch of soup, and it's very, very nice and creamy and smooth. It's like, I want to show you this. The consistency, you would swear there was cream in here, and there's absolutely no cream other than the yogurt, which does create that cream consistency.
Yeah. So we put some in a bowl here to show you guys how we serve it.
Yes.
So when you're ready to serve it, what we do is we actually grab some yogurt. So you grab about...
Just a dollop.
Just a small dollop.
Just a small dollop.
And then you grab some sugar-free maple syrup.
And I'm only going to take like a half a teaspoon. You don't need a lot of this.
It's the same one we used originally on the rest of the recipe.
And then you drizzle that on top.
And that's what it
looks like. And then
it
looks like that. I can't really show you because it's pouring out. But it also adds a nice little flavor to your soup.
We'll take a picture and show you guys what it looks like.
Exactly.
Right in the picture. So hope if you guys like this recipe.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Let's try it first.
Yes.
Grab a spoon.
Oh, no. I forgot we had 2 spoons. Okay. I'm going to grab some with the... I like the cold yogurt. Oh, it's spicy too.
Oh wow, so creamy.
It's so good. And I was so worried about it being weird with the squash because I'm not really a squash person.
Not being a squash person. But this is a very, very good.
It tastes like sweet potato.
It has butternut squash tastes like sweet potato. But try other vegetables. You don't only have to do it with squash.
Oh yeah,
Try it with broccoli. Try it with cauliflower.
We should do a recipe like that.
Completely, will most likely do one like that. So hope you like this recipe.
Well, if you like it, hit the like button, share the recipe, tag it if you do it, and tag hashtag WGays on social media. You can also find us all over social media using hashtag WGays.
And you can check out our website at wwgays.com.
And hope we see you guys watching us live on our next live shows this Sunday.
Exactly. Enjoy some soup.
Bye.